Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to Flat Earth UK Live. Joining me tonight is Martin Litsky, otherwise known as Flat Earth British, for a quick and impromptu chat about maps and in Antarctica. Martin, welcome again to Flat Earth UK Live.
Hey Nathan, hiya Flat Earthers out there, how are you all? Hope you're all good today.
Superb to have you here, mate. I mean,
Good.
The reason I've got you here at the spur of a moment, if you like, is to chat about Tiger Dan and the Morgile and Mr. Thrive and Survive and what they've all been discussing. It's a bit of a hot topic at the moment. So without any sort of prompting, kick us off, mate. Tell us what you thought when you saw those three people and what they've currently put out into the Flat Earth community.
Well, I've been watching the progression of Tiger Dan's, the progression of his chart over the last week. I knew which way it was going, and I knew he was going to, by his last projection, do an Antarctica. I just knew this was coming. So I sort of expected it. So I sort of rehearsed it in my mind, if you know what I mean. I sort of must have been a bit prophetic on this. I'm not quite sure. Do I think there's Antarctica? How the hell do I know? I'm not out there to see it, am I? There is some land. There's the Antarctic Peninsula for sure. But my examination of Antarctica, right, is what you've got to imagine is the Antarctica doubles in size, right, once a year in the winter. It's complete. When you look at a map projection, it's only without ice. The actual ice pack doubles it. It goes to the 60th parallel, just short of the 60th parallel. It doubles in size, the Antarctic continent. So these people, yeah, they're flying over islands, they're flying over lands, they're taking snaps. There's an archipelago of islands running from the southern tip, South America, Elephant Island, Sandwich Islands, right the way down to the peninsula, okay? They're flying over these. They are cutting across some of Antarctica. Fine, they're coming across some of it. Now, does that mean that I go against the azimuthal equidistant? I've never really, when I fell in love with a map because it makes, trying to make sense of all the maps when none of them are fitted on my life, brilliant, this explains it all. Tiger Dan's not actually saying the world is a globe, is he? He's saying that it's still flat. He believes that there's water on the outside. Is this correct?
No, I mean, from what I can gather from his most recent videos, he's definitely still saying it's flat. But What he's saying is believe the evidence of your own eyes. There's obviously people going over Antarctica on this one journey, and there's people trying to debunk it by looking at blogs and claiming that they take wild routes, and it's nonsense. And I have to agree with him. You have to trust the overwhelming evidence.
Can't run with a lie. No, you bang on. I've been the stuff that I've been looking into for the last, say, 4 months. Everything that I have been sort of fed has been sort of to lead me to the other conclusion that there is an ice rink. So suddenly there's an Antarctica and everything you've believed is such a reverse of my mentality to try and work it out. That they hang on a minute, is there actually an Antarctica? And could there be a water all around? What will hold the water in? Possibly a dome. I don't know, but the only thing
Dan speculated in one of his comments. He said, "Well, could be rock, could be a whole number of things. We don't know. Is the reality."
Ice. At this stage, one thing I do know for sure, Nathan. Okay, is we're not on a globe, right? So I got plenty to go on that. Okay, I can show you the blue marble picture,
Martin. From what you've looked at on the maps, I mean, the big debate now is Antarctica actually an island of ice, or is it a ring of ice? Well, I mean, are you going to back one or the other, or are you going to stay impartial?
What I'm going to do, I'll tell you what I will honestly do, right? It's because I don't want to mislead any teenagers or anything, or any kids that are watching Flat Earthers, right, and get just completely led down the wrong. That'd be completely irresponsible of me, okay? I've got to stick with the facts. I've got to be realistic. And like you said, we've got to keep our feet on the ground. I've got a fertile imagination, Nathan, but I got to stick with the reality, okay? So there's something definitely wrong with the maps. What they're telling us about the north doesn't ring true, and what they're telling us about the south rings true, even though with all of Tiger Dan's answers, there's still unanswered questions, okay, for me, personally. So what I'm going to do, right, is I can't come up with answers, click of a finger. I need time to dig deeper, and I need time to investigate myself and get my own answers. So until that time, right, I'm not going to say one way or another. I'm going to say that the Earth is completely flat. I can't exactly say the shape of the map, but I'm not going really in the face. For my feeling, what I'm feeling inside, there's something going on. I don't know if there is a continent.
I mean, what I will say is Fake Spaceman in Space, or Jamie, was quick to point out that all of the maps, and I'm sure you'll agree, have been handed to us by the elites. Yeah. And it's not ridiculous to assume that the azimuthal equidistant map is just another layer of deception. It's been put there to be discovered. There's no coincidence that it's quote unquote hidden in plain sight, and it's not really being hidden. Jeranism said if there's a massive lie, to assume we could pick it apart or find it hidden in plain sight is ludicrous. It wouldn't be a very good lie.
But this is what my alarm bell started ringing straight away with the Tiger Dan video, obviously because his data is so shit hot, and the way he put all his evidence together, and obviously he knew that it would kick up a shitstorm. Obviously he knew this. I've had people, Nathan, on to me with their lives like literally cracking up, honestly, like shattered with it all, and I'm not joking, really.
Well,
so it's had a really bad spiritual knock-on effect. Hate is one thing. I don't do hate.
We've got this map and it answers questions. So really nice thing to be able to say to somebody holding up a wakey keyring, well, of course there's a ring of ice. Well, where have we got this information from? We've been handed to it by the elites. So why should we take any of it as read? Why should we assume that the azimuthal equidistant map has got any answers at all in it?
At the end of the day, to be honest with you, Nathan, I'm going to dig deeper privately. I'm not going to make any. I can watch all of the YouTubes in the world. Will not make any difference to my own personal beliefs. I don't think you can go flat once you're flat. I'm going to get to this, to whatever's going on. Like you said, with the elites controlling everything, well, they're obviously controlling YouTube as well. A lot of the videos that are put on YouTube, pick them apart at your own leisure. A lot of it is bunk. Now, I'm not saying Tiger Dan's stuff is bunk, but what I'm saying is I can't get all the shit like that. And I'm staying up 24 hours a day, digging as hard as I possibly can, using my brain so that it's full of fucking possibilities, and I cannot find this stuff. I'm trying, and I'm going to get there. But I'm not like looking to corroborate his evidences and looking for the same things. But I have been looking for the same sort of manifests. And I have found one or two flights, but I'm not finding these 12,000, but I need to relook again. There's just too many inconsistencies. I got a magazine here, 1930s, the Ellesmere expedition. They fly 260 miles across the Antarctic Peninsula. The plane craps out, and Admiral Byrd sends two rescue expeditions down. This is in 1934, right? So the first transatlantic airliners for passengers were in the 1950s. Okay, early 1950s. That's when people could first buy a ticket and fly across the Atlantic. Okay, you with me so far?
Yeah.
Right. So in the space of 14 years, from not crossing the Atlantic, it now managed to be able to cross continents. I'm just saying that can they fly across? I don't know. It's so many questions, Nathan. He's opened a whole new bag of worms.
But it needs to be done. It needs to be done. I mean, if people are just going to accept what we're given because we have it, it's nonsense. We have to peel back the layers one at a time.
I agree, Nathan. I agree. One at a time, Nathan. We got to get to the truth, and there is a truth to be had as well. I know that much too.
I mean, did you see the Morgiles video? Because Morgiles,
I haven't had a chance. No, I haven't had a chance to see it yet.
Well, one of the things that he put forward was based on, and I'm sort of interjecting a little bit here, but based on the electromagnetic theory having a toroidal, base to it, there's nothing to say that the North Pole wouldn't be vastly bigger than they say, and also in a great big ring. I mean,
well, it's funny you should mention this, because I'm working on a similar sort of theory, electromagnetic plasma. I'm a believer in electromagnetic universe theory, not that the universe. Just leave that bit out. Manuel Belasovsky's electric universe theory, I believe it works really well on a flat Earth map, and it explains all the electromagnetic phenomena. Yes, the northern landmass could be a lot bigger. I don't know, there's something going on in the north, and it could be explaining what you just said.
Yeah, there definitely could be a much bigger North Pole. I mean, if the South Pole is a great big ring around us, there's nothing to stop us from having a great big ring at the North as well. Why not? It's been a fairly impromptu discussion, and I think we've got out there that Dan has stirred up a bit of a storm, which needed.
Everyone's saying, like, obviously they're saying he's paid by the government to unlike this information, blah blah blah, and all that. But at the end of the day, I'm going to dig deeper. I need to know the truth, and I'm not going one way or another. I'm going to stick with what I know. That's what I'm going to do. What I find out myself. That's what I'm going to go with. And then once I find it out, then I'll share it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, I think we'll sign off at a fairly early stage. Your sound's going a little.
Yeah, I got to do stuff anyway. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining me, Martin. It's been a brilliant chat. I know it's been short, but thank you to everybody who's tuned into this very short and impromptu discussion on the maps and indeed Antarctica. Hopefully I will have Mark Sargent with me on Wednesday for Flat Earth UK 14. I've been Nathan Oakley. I will see you all in the next video.